What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Swisher coming back at you, you know what I'm saying, with my Texans thoughts, you know what I'm saying. I want to give a few shout outs, you know what I'm saying, before I do this vid, you know, shout out to my boy Ray of Sticky Lair, Sauce Nation, you know, and everybody that fuck with me on YouTube, you know what I'm saying. And I pre-roll, so, you know, I'm feeling really awesome, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but as far as these Texans thoughts that I want to talk with y'all about today. First things first, the Akeem Hunt race, you know, that he put on Twitter. That race proved and confirmed what I thought all along, was that, you know, Akeem Hunt got the juice. You know, I'm not gonna say the juice, he's got some juice. Some juice that can be used. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as how that shit should affect Madden, that race, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I definitely think Akeem Hunt should get a speed boost, you know what I'm saying? And if not by at least 2 points, hell, at least 3. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion on that. So should Wendell Williams. But looking at, you know, what's transpired, you know, I'm gonna talk to you guys about, you know, Tom Savage, you know, what I think, you know, Houston should definitely do with Jalen Strong, you know what I'm saying? Potential free agent or agents that, you know what I'm saying, could help this team now. Yeah, let's get into that. Now, as far as, you know, our whole quarterback situation, you know, everybody's saying, you know, well, you know, Savage, he's injury prone and all this and that. After looking at, you know, like I said, I'm a very thoughtful person when it comes to football, you know what I'm saying, and especially the Houston Texans. I really hope that, you know, Savage comes out and he lights it up. I hope he has one of those Kirk Cousins like years. Now, a lot of you are probably sitting back watching me like, why you think that? You know what I'm saying? You was just happy about, you know, how Houston drafted Watson. Yes, I am. But like I said, this is all strategic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be 2 moves ahead of your competition, you know what I'm saying? Both within this year and next year. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you gotta, with a guy like Savage, you gotta make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think, you know, bringing in a better free agent right tackle at the moment would definitely be beneficial, because, and hopefully that he's young and he's, you know, which is hard to find, you know what I'm saying? You would probably have to draft a guy, you know what I'm saying, which something, you know, scenarios that I'll talk about later on in the video, you know, in order to protect, you know, Savage, you know. But like I said, providing what we have now and, you know, with some additional, you know, players in the future, you know, hopefully, you know, I hope Savage lights it up, and here's why. If he does have one of those Kirk Cousins like years, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just look at the two years, you know. Kirk Cousins had, you know, he balled. Now, I will give Jay Gruden some credit, you know what I'm saying? Because if he got fired, I'm not gonna lie to you, hands down, I'll be like, yo, this dude with Kirk Cousins, you know what I'm saying, who to some is a mediocre quarterback, he's in his system, his quarterback. Kirk Cousins had over 4,000 yards back-to-back years. That's how he got over 40-some mil, you know what I'm saying, with those 2 franchise tags. I mean, like I said, he gambled on himself and he won. Made himself a very rich man. Now, in the case of Tom Savage, like I said, what you want to do is hope that, he has one of those years. So, you know what I'm saying, say like if a team like the Jets flame up, you know what I'm saying, and have a high pick again, guess what? They'll probably be looking for a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, say the next class, just like how they say every year, the next class is going to be better, and then come draft time, we don't know. These guys may succeed, they may fail. That bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, some teams, they'll go for the actual NFL starter that had success. Also, while I'm mentioning the Redskins, I'm hoping that, one of those, like I said, one of those teams flame out, Washington, or, or say Washington does good and, they don't franchise Cousins again, and he go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? If, like I said, if the Jets or Washington, potentially one of those two teams, or both, say they flame out, and they move on from, they want to move on from that current quarterback situation. Now I'm thinking about it, the Jets would probably be more probable with the Redskins, now that I'm thinking about it, because, the Jets, they have Hackenberg, they have Petty, they're probably going to be willing to, test those guys and see what it has, whereas Washington, they only got Cousins. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if Savage lights it up, Washington would probably give up a first and probably a second, you know what I'm saying, if you offered him, if you offered them Savage, or like I said, if you offered them Savage and Cushion, like I said, Rick and Bob need to be on the same page. Like, I understand Bob wants to, Bill, he wants to have, full control and all that, and he just got to come to grips and terms with that. He's just not going to be at that, bruh. Rick Smith is, like it or not, you know what I'm saying, and I'm saying this to all the fans too, you know what I'm saying, because some of y'all were ready to write off Rick Smith, and rightfully so, you know what I'm saying. Now, these past 2 years, he's kind of built him some credit, to his name, and I say that because, the picks that he's made, they've contributed, and now I'm not gonna lie, Clowney took a while to come around, Nick Martin was hurt, Jalen Strong, they just haven't used him, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, if he's given a shot, man, I definitely believe Jalen Strong could be that, I want to say Muhammad, he's a more athletic Muhammad Sanu, you know what I'm saying? He could be that role player for us, you know what I'm saying? You gotta utilize him, It's just that simple, But yeah, back to Savage, like I said, if he lights it up, Washington would, say they move on from Cousins, he signs elsewhere for big money, you know what I'm saying? Say he goes to, well, that would be funny if he went to New York, the Jets, and got big money there, and then, Washington, would have to, trade, say, their first and probably second, you know what I'm saying, to get a guy like Savage who probably, who hopefully would have lit it up, like Kirk Cousins did the last 2 years, Now, to my boy Jalen Strong, he definitely needs to be more utilized in this offense. You know what I'm saying? He's a bigger target, you know what I'm saying, and can be used in, better ways than what he is, you know what I'm saying? This whole offseason, I would have just focused on, his route running, because his hands are there. He's not, Will Fuller. No pun intended to Will Fuller, you know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping he stayed on the football jug machine, you know what I'm saying, to get his hands better, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure he wants that monkey off his back, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, with Jaden Strong, with bringing in Wes Welker, I would just constantly work on his footwork and route running. That's it. That's really the only. I mean, like I said, he's proven he can catch the football, both at the collegiate and 2 times to beat the Colts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's made big catches, elsewhere, in other games, just not that many, but his most impactful games have been against the Colts. Now, I'm not going to even talk about how the Colts was, Hankins or whatever the fuck his name is, was talking about how they have the best defense in the AFC and potentially the NFL. That's what I got to say to that. That's what I got to say to that. You add Malik Hooker, and that's as far as coverage wise, that helps y'all on the back end, but I don't necessarily see him being that effective as a run defender. I'm just sorry. I can just see it now. Dante Foreman crushing him at the mesh point. I can just see it happening right now. I can like the man animations. I'm sorry, y'all. That's what I see happening. You know what I'm saying? When Malik Hooker tries to meet, Dante Foreman at the mesh point. It's basically Leonard Fournette versus that Ole Miss guy all over again. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go enough on that. Now, free agent. I know, he didn't live up to the contract in Pittsburgh, but Darius Green, now that he was cut, that would definitely be a major addition. And like I said, I would give him, say, a 3-year deal. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to max out and all that, you know what I'm saying? Simple 3-year deal. Look, we'll front load it so that you get paid, you know what I'm saying, that first year. And because we're going to, like I said, and when you make these kind of contracts, as Bill O'Brien, as the coach / offensive coordinator, you got to incorporate these guys into the offense. And like I said, athleticism at the tight end position is hard to cover in the National Football League. It's been proven time and time again. And if you can get these bigger tight ends like Darius Green to run crispy Antonio Gates like routes, that's what they was hoping for in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? That he would, refine his route running and become the next Antonio Gates. He can become that, but you have to be willing to, as a coach and as a coaching staff, you have to be willing to put in the work. Not just with him, but with all your players. That's what makes great coaches elite coaches, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? As far as the offensive line goes, as it looks right now, unless you bust a trade or you sign, you can't even sign nobody because ain't nobody really worth fucking signing. So you really just gotta bust a trade and hope that you get a good guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, some basically right about now on the offensive line and part of this discussion. Now, and I'm thinking about it, Houston has he fucked us there, you know what I'm saying, and that couldn't set us back, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I'm going in at 15, so drop a comment, peace, and I'm gonna give y'all some more thoughts right after this.